So today in the class, my agenda is like just want to make you understand what is CRM, why to use CRM, and all. So before coming to the Dynamics 365 or Dynamics CRM, and before the class start, there may be a lot of confusion in the market. That is, previously we used to call it as Microsoft CRM, right? And from 2016, this got renamed to Dynamics 365. And in shortcut, we are calling it as D365. And no confusion here, in the market while you are searching for Dynamics 365 courses, some of the institutes may place different naming there. Maybe some of them like Microsoft CRM, some of them like Dynamics CRM, and some of like Dynamics D365. All are same, but nowadays we are referring it as Dynamics 365 or D365. Before 2016, we used to call it as Microsoft CRM. If you are going through any senior folks who are working with the CRM and all, they may still use Microsoft CRM, but it's like same. That means whatever the name they are using, it comes under the same thing. Now, before understanding the dynamic CRM, first you need to understand what is CRM. CRM is nothing but it is like customer relationship management. It is like customer relationship management. So why the companies will choose this customer relationship management in the sense? Now let's take an example of BMW car. As you know, BMW like automotive or automobiles, which is the customer of Microsoft CRM. And in the banking sector, ICICI Bank are using this Microsoft CRM. Why the customer wants to choose the CRM applications? As you know, if they are maintaining like lot of business and with handling a lot of customers, it is very difficult for them to interact. I mean to say to maintain everything in the manual way. So if you are if you are going through the manual thing, there will be a lot of mistakes happen, human errors and all. It will lose the business. So in order to overcome all this stuff, we have they need to depend on some of the software or some of the application where we can manage all the interactions with the customer in a software like customer relationship management. So here we are maintaining good relationship with the customer and we are managing all the activities or all the interactions which your sales representative or marketing agent or service agent are going to interact or dealing with your customers. So we can have some sort of CRM application. So that CRM application should consist some business process flows, or it will also allow you to create business process and all. I mean to say, if there isn't like if BMW, like BMW, they may have like different business process, and ICICI Bank they may have the different business process, right? That means the daily activities and so the CRM applications should satisfy or should fulfill both the requirements from the different platforms, like automobiles or the banking sector, right? This is how the CRM applications will already develop. So this is how the CRM applications will allow the different platform or different customers to make use of their applications and all. So before going to the dynamic CRM, what is CRM? CRM, it is like customer relationship management, which we can use in their business regular activities to, I mean to say, to enhance their business, to enhance their sales. This is customer relationship management. In the same example, which I said, now let's say that let you take the same example of BMW. Now, if the BMW would like to go with some of the CRM applications, so what they are going to maintain in the CRM applications? For any organization, the first thing they start with marketing, right? So the marketing here, why they do marketing? To generate some leads. What is leads again? Leads is nothing but the person who are showing interest to purchase your product will comes under lead. Now let's say I could see 5 participants here. So you are the lead to Yaksha IT Solutions now. That means 5 people are showing interest to learn Dynamics 365 with Yaksha IT Solutions. Maybe my admin team may done some, I mean, it's done some marketing, maybe through Just Dials or paper ads or TV ads or whatever, through mails or through WhatsApp promotions or anything. This everything comes under marketing. right? So by doing this marketing, I'm able to generate some leads to my institute. Now, you five people are my leads. That means I have done some marketing strategies to generate the leads. The lead is nothing but the person who is showing interest to purchase your product, right? That means you are not my customer actually. Just the terminology is very important in CRM. Of course, for each and every topic, I'm going to explain you the terminology first, and then we'll go into the concept. Here, the lead is the person who is showing interest. The customer is nothing. When he will become the customer, once he purchase the product, then he is going to become my customer, right? In the marketing, now let's say the same BMW, they will do some marketing strategies to generate the leads. As you know, BMW, they will go with good hoardings, and there will be some exhibition centers where they can display their new release cars and all. They will promote their product and all, so that if someone were interested to purchase the product, they will give the phone number or the email ID and all, so that the marketing team will collect the phone numbers and all. Now the sales team comes into the picture. Once the leads generated by marketing team, now the sales team comes into the picture, and this sales team will make a follow to that lead, make a call, and explain their product, explain their specifications and all. And once the customer is satisfied with all the information, they will sell the product. Now the the lead will become your customer, right? This is like sales, one of the sales team which they are going to do. Once the sale is done, what would be the next thing? You need to provide the service, that is customer service. That's what, right? Once we sell our product, so we need to provide the service for lifetime of that product. So there comes into the picture, like customer service team comes into the picture. So for any organization, you take ICICI Bank, automobiles, or the banking sector, or manufacturing, or utilities, whatever. These are the three main points, or the main areas where each and every organization should concentrate. Now let's say I'm not using. Now let's say I'm the BMW, the person who is going to handle all these items. Let's assume. Now, if I'm not going with any CRM applications, then what will happen? I need to manually have some marketing agents, and in the paperwork, they will generate some leads and give it to the sales team. Maybe the sales team may miss one of the lead. Maybe he forgot to call to one of the lead. Then I'm losing my business, right? So that means if you have any human errors, it is going to lose your business. So in order to avoid this thing, as you know, everyone is moving to the soft application side. And all these CRM applications will provide basic. These are the core applications. Whatever the CRM in the market, you can take any type of CRM applications provided by different companies. These are the core business applications which is provided by any type of CRM, right? So whatever the CRM you are going to choose, that should have, this is the minimum applications those CRMs are supplying. So now you know like what is CRM and why to use CRM. Why to use CRM in the sense like this BMW, just the example which I explained. Now, if you want to go with this type of software like CRM, after knowing like okay, there will be some customer relationship management applications in the market that will enhance our business. Now the company need to understand what type of software is available in the market. So which companies are, which type of CRM applications, which type of CRMs are available in the system, in the market. So as a student, now let's understand this in your perception. That means as a student perception, or the person who is going to learn the CRM applications. So what is the application which I need to choose? If I choose the dynamic CRM, whether I have the life or not, I mean to say whether I'm going to get the jobs or not. So in that perspective, you need to have some information here. For that, what are the available CRMs applications in the market? That is dynamic CRM, as you know, which we are trying to learn, and there will be like Salesforce CRM. These are the competitors for the dynamic CRM, and there is like Oracle CRM, Oracle CRM, and SAP CRM, and Jopo as well, and Sugar CRM. So these are the some of the applications, some of the CRM softwares available in the market. So why I need to choose only dynamic CRM, not why not other? This is the first question you need to understand. Why? Because if you are choosing, like let's say you are going with Zoho, that means before choosing the Zoho, before learning the Zoho software, you should understand whether I'm going to have the market, whether this Zoho has the market or not. So if this Zoho has the market, then only they are going to recruit you as a consultant to work on their Zoho systems, right? So here to understand this one, currently, to be frank, currently Salesforce is the top market leader. Currently, the Salesforce CRM is the market leader. It occupies the first position in the market. And the second position comes for the Dynamics CRM. So this is the statistics which you can also search on the Google or some, I mean to say some good links. You can go through it and you can get this information on the website, on the web as well. So the Salesforce is like first position, Dynamics CRM is the second position. And coming to the Oracle CRM, SAP CRM, Zoho, and Sugar CRM, almost it is going to be shadow. Like it's like minus. I mean to say it is like all the users are migrating to the other softwares and all. And the other one competitor is like SAP CRM. So currently it has some customers. That means like noticeable customers they have with the SAP CRM. But if you see the year on year growth, so it is like minus 1.6%. So minus 1.6% is the year on year growth. That means it is getting degraded. Maybe in the future, like 5 years or 10 years, we are not sure whether SAP CRM is going to sustain in the market or not. So previously, before Salesforce and Dynamics CRM, the market leader is SAP CRM, but SAP CRM, but now it is getting degraded. Year on year growth, it is getting to minus 1.6%. And coming to the Dynamics CRM and Salesforce, here you could see the year on year growth. It is like 5.1%. This is like 5.1% is the year on year growth. And coming to the Dynamics CRM, here you could see the year on year growth is like almost 5.8%. 5.8%. That means maybe the current market situation, Salesforce is like leader in the market, like first position. If you see the year-on-year growth, the statistics. So Dynamic CRM may within 4 to 5 years, it may occupy the first position in the market. And moreover, you should also understand if they has the more market, they're going to create more jobs on the Dynamics CRM, right? That's how you need to choose the platforms and all, which I believe, which I am following the same. So here, if you are going with the Dynamics CRM, I mean to say this everything which I'm explaining you in terms of job opportunities or why I need to choose the Dynamics CRM, why not Salesforce CRM, or why not the SAP CRM. So here you can also go with the Salesforce CRM or you can also go with the Dynamics CRM. That's purely up to your decision. So you can also discuss with your well-wishers and all who suggested you this and all, but you can also choose anything like Dynamics CRM or Salesforce CRM. There is no objection in it. But before going with the Dynamics CRM or Salesforce CRM, you need to understand multiple things here. Why the Salesforce CRM is in the first position or why the Dynamics CRM is in the second position? As I said, here Dynamics CRM, Dynamics 365 CRM, it follow single tenant architecture. Whereas Salesforce CRM will follow multiple multi-tenant architecture. So regarding the detailed explanation of the architecture, or how this architecture and all, we'll discuss in detail in coming classes. But for now, just to make you understand of this, what is single tenant and multi-tenant in the sense. Now let's say here, now if you go for the Dynamics 365, that's the one of the reason where the Salesforce is the top position. This is one of the reason. As Salesforce has like multi-tenant architecture. Why in the sense, before to it, what is single tenant and what is multi-tenant in the sense? If it is a single tenant architecture, each customer will have some dedicated instance of the software or database or infrastructure. That means now let's say ICICI Bank is one of the customer and BMW is another customer. So for the BMW, the Microsoft will provide some dedicated instance for them. That means they will provide some dedicated software and some dedicated database to the ICICI Bank. The same way for the BMW, they will provide some dedicated instances. That means some space, some database, some infrastructure and all. Whereas if you go with the Salesforce CRM, that is like multi-tenant architecture. Here, multiple customers shares the same application, same database, and same infrastructure. But but the data will be separated logically with their technology. So that means you may ask, how could I have the same database? How could I have the same applications with the Salesforce? What about the security concept? That will taken care by the Salesforce. Why? Because they will have the separate logical there. So now, as a company, they need to decide whether they go for dynamic CRM or whether they go for Salesforce CRM. I mean to say, as it is like single tenant architecture, dynamic CRM is more cost effective. I mean to say, it is more cost compared to the Salesforce CRM because of this single tenant architecture. Getting my point? That means single tenant will have like dedicated per tenant, or multi-tenant will have will share the tenants, will share with the multiple tenants, and it will single tenant architecture will have the more security. If you want to go with more complex, that means like bank sectors and all, we'll go for the definitely will go for the dynamic CRM. And I mean to say, if they want to have any updates there, they will, for the multi-tenant architecture, they will centralizely, they will release one update throughout the globe so that all the customers will have the update at a time. Whereas for the single tenant architecture, it will have the individual updates based upon the customer requirements. Also, we can, the Microsoft will support you to provide the single updates. So this is of course in detail, in depth, we'll discuss in the coming sessions. But for now, just to make you understand why the dynamic CRM is in second position, and also like second position in the sense the cost is the main reason here. If you go with the Salesforce CRM, it is less cost while compared with the dynamic CRM. So that's one of the reason which with my personal experience. So I mean to say I'm in the market. I mean to say I'm in the dynamic. I'm the IT sector from last 15 years, and from the 12 years I'm working as a dynamic CRM from dynamic CRM. So with my experience and with my personal experience, I can conclude that one of the main reason is like cost thing, where dynamic CRM will cost more to the companies. Of course, if it is like banking sector, or something other, banking sector or some more security is required, even though it is costed, companies are moving to the dynamic CRM. So if you see the year-on-year growth as well, 5.8% in the sense it is beating the Salesforce. That's how we are going to get good number of jobs in the coming days. So, and coming to the platforms, you may ask like what type of companies going to use this CRMs? Automobiles, like BMW, manufacturing. If you have any manufacturing agencies, manufacturing companies, they're using this particular, they're using the softwares. And utilities, health sector, and oil and industries. So these are some of the sectors, and banking. These are the some of the sectors where they are using the CRM applications. So that means once you are into one particular jobs and all, you are going to work in these type of platforms. I mean, so these type of sectors. Maybe you may be in the automobile project, manufacturing project, or utilities product, or anything. Like these type of things they are going to use. And coming to the main advantage of Dynamics 365, as you know, Microsoft is like vast, where it has Microsoft has different products. They have the SharePoint, they has the Outlook, they have the Teams integration. I mean, to say Teams, everything is there. Right? This Dynamics CRM is going to. I mean to say, if you are purchasing this Dynamics CRM license, you can able to use the SharePoint. You can happily, I mean to say, without complex things, you can simply integrate the SharePoint. You can integrate the Teams. You can integrate the Outlook or not. So in this integrations part, which will help the customers to use the service from different products. Say Microsoft products, you have the SharePoint as well, right? Why this SharePoint is required? SharePoint is nothing but to store the space. I mean to say, if you want to save the big files in your Dynamics CRM, if you are directly saving the Dynamics CRM, it will occupy more space. Instead of it, I can purchase the SharePoint license there so that it will come with the less cost. Now, let's say Dynamics CRM is 100 rupees, just for an example. SharePoint will comes in 10 rupees. So I can purchase the SharePoint, and it is easy for me to integrate within the same admin center. That means why? Because it is like both are Microsoft products, and within the same admin center, I'm able to integrate SharePoint with the Dynamics CRM within 5 to 10 minutes. That's like integrations will become more easier. In the same way, you know, the Teams, you can also do the Teams integration. Teams integration, as you know, the Teams is like one of the application where you can interact with your in-house employees or colleagues, or with your customers and all. You can integrate, you can have some communication with the customers or your in-house team with the teams, right? And Outlook for the mailing thing. where now let's say Dynamic CRM has a beautiful option there, where once you send an email to the customer, that will be synced to the both the Dynamic CRM and Outlook. In the integration part, which we are going to cover, the SharePoint, Stream integrations, and Outlook integrations, and all. At the time, you could able to understand. And Azure nowadays, you could see Azure, like most of the places you could see this Azure, right? This Azure is playing an important role. And before discussing all these things, Dynamics 365 is a cloud-based technology. It is like cloud-based technology. That means previously there is two things here. One is online and one is on-premise. What is this online and on-premise? And said Dynamic CRM can be used in both the ways. One is online and one is on-premise. Online is nothing but it is like cloud-based technology where everything, the servers, the infrastructure, everything maintained by the Microsoft. Just you need to plug and play. You need to purchase the license. You need to create your username and password. And you need to create your instances or environments and start using the applications like sales, service, and marketing. Whereas on-premise is something different. So, where on-premise is something different. Even though now let's say the same ICICI Bank. If you take an example of Wells Fargo, you people aware of Wells Fargo Bank, US based, I guess. Wells Fargo is also a Dynamic CRM customer. Previously, they are using this on-premise Dynamic CRM. What is this on-premise? On-premise is nothing but they will maintain the servers. They will maintain all the resources like internet bandwidth, LAN, or everything they will maintain. But in this particular server, Dynamic CRM will be installed in their server. That means they will maintain the server in their compound, in their premises, right? The total database and everything controlled by Wells Fargo only. Just taking an example, the company who is would like to go with on-premise, they will maintain everything there. That scenario will come is nothing but on-premise. What is online? Online is that a cloud-based. Nowadays, almost 96% are moved to the cloud, and Microsoft are also encouraging the customers to use the cloud-based. Why? Because cloud is something advanced. Now, let's say you have like some versions there. You have some functionality, new functionality released. For the cloud-based, it will be released today. But for the on-premise, it will be released after 6 months. Right. So this is some gap as well for the on-premise. And if there is any issues with the servers and all, Microsoft is not going to support for this in-house server issues and all. Only software-related issues Microsoft will support. And Microsoft also recommending or promoting just go with online. Why? Because it will reduce the cost and it will reduce the resources. Maximum number of resources is not required. I mean to say to maintain the server, to take the backups, to maintain the bandwidth, to maintain the antiviruses and all. It is like headache to the company. So nowadays, all the companies have shifted to the online. In this example, Wells Fargo previously they are using on-premise, and for 3 years or 4 years back, they also shifted to the online. That is cloud-based. Why? Because even though it's a bank, the Wells Fargo is a bank of US-based. It is more secure actually. Even they also converted to the online cloud. That's like the trust which Microsoft has built nowadays. And coming to the integrations part, as I said, in these integrations, we are going to see what is this integrations and all. Coming to this Azure, Azure is totally different actually. As a Dynamic CRM consultant, we may not require much knowledge on the Azure, but we are going to use this admin center. So why? In the sense to have the access to the users once you log into the system. Like you have some environment, let's say in the coming days in the companies you are going to work in dev instance and test UAT instance and production instance and all that. So if you want to provide some access to the users to your instances, then Azure you can also provide these accesses in Azure. And also if you want to see how many users logged into the system and what is this user was performing after logging into the system, if you want to see some security logs related information, you can use the Azure. Right? If you want to give some securities to the applications, you can also use the Azure. That is like limited thing where you can use this Azure for the Dynamic CRM. It's again totally like Microsoft products. It is like inbuilt, right? And coming to the other thing. Now let's talk about the Dynamics 365. As I said, till now you know what is CRM and why to use the CRM, and what are the different types of CRMs available in the market, and what is the position of this Dynamics CRM currently, and what is the year-on-year record we have seen. And just given some basic information of what is single tenant and what is multi-tenant. right? As the Salesforce is using the multi-tenant, they are in the first position as the cost effective as well. Now let's say ICICI Bank or Wells Fargo can afford the cost, but let's say like middleware companies are level one companies, they can't afford much licenses, then they go with Salesforce. That's one of the reason cost effective and all will go with the Salesforce. Otherwise, Dynamics CRM in maybe in the 5 to 6 years, Dynamics CRM is going to be in the top list. That's just my prediction as per my experience. Right. And coming to this Dynamics CRM, now let's say if you are after seeing all this information, now let's say you have decided to go with Dynamics 365, Dynamics 365. Now here comes the point, and here there is a lot of confusion in the market, as I said. Coming to the naming, which I just explained, the naming. Previously, it is Microsoft CRM Dynamics 365. Previously, it is Microsoft CRM. Now we are going to call it as Dynamics 365, right? And to start with the Dynamics 365, if you want to start the career with your Dynamics 365, so what I need to choose? Maybe you also come across this thing, visiting the institutes and ask whether you have the Dynamics CRM course or not. But for that, you need to be like more. Just if you are asking like do you have Dynamics 365? It is like generalized thing. But what you need to understand here is in Dynamics 365 we have like some classifications. That means now let's say I'm just referring it as Dynamics 365, D365, nothing but Dynamics 360. Here we have like two things. One is Dynamics 365 CE and another one is Dynamics 365 F&O. So these are the two things which is available in the market. So CE is nothing but customer engagement. Customer engagement. And F&O is nothing but finance and operations. So these are the two things which we have. Now I mean to say, if you want to learn or if you want to go through this Dynamics 365, first you need to confirm whether you are going with Dynamics 365 CE or Dynamics 365 F&O. That first you need to decide, right? So simply, I want to learn Dynamics 365 or I want to see the jobs for Dynamics 365 will not going to help you in any way. Just take this clarity. I mean to say, in the first beginning of this session, I mentioned maybe I'm not sure how you visited this Dynamics 365. Some of your well wishers may be suggested, but you recheck after this demo. You can recheck with your well wishers or who suggested this one. Whether you suggested me for the Dynamics 365 CE course or F&O course, please first make sure that you are into CE or F&O. So before to that, what is the CE and what is this F&O? Why these two things? Here, the Dynamics 365 customer engagement, of course, total, it is like Microsoft product only. It is like inbuilt application where you are going to interact with the CE and F&O. There will be some dual write where you are going to integrate with the dual write one of the application. With this dual write, you are going to communicate with the F&O. That means the data can be moved from CE to F&O, and the same tables can be used here and there. But why this two is required in the sense in this Dynamic 365 CE. So here the mainly the core applications here: marketing, sales, service, and field service. These are the core business applications which we are going to see in Dynamics CRM C, customer engagement. That means if you are want to learn the Dynamics 365 CE, you should be aware of these four business core applications. If you are aware of these core applications, you are like you can do any type of you can work on any type of applications in the system, right? This customer engagement, as I said, marketing, as we already discussed, marketing, they will have some marketing strategies to generate the leads and all that. Everything operations is carried out in this application. This is like cloud-based application. Once you purchase the license with the Microsoft, once you created the instance and all, automatically the system will deploy these. I mean to say, the system will provide you these applications in your system, in your applications. That means you can plug and play. So I mean to say, once you start using this application, there you can see all these applications. You don't need to do anything. So the Microsoft has some research and development team. So based upon the global level, in the globe, throughout the globe, different sectors are using this application. Keeping that in mind, so it has created some database I mean to say, now let's say account is a table, contact is a table, lead is a table, customer is a table. In that way, they have created some database with the different tables. Like almost 2000 plus tables are already created in the database. So that means now as a BMW company, I can use whatever is required. I can design my system using the existing system. In the same way, ICICI Bank can design their system using the existing database. Now let's say if I want to create new table, happily I can create a new table. That means Dynamics CRM will also allows you to customize the existing system, right? Will also allows you to customize the existing system. What is customize? Customization is nothing but here it comes in the two ways actually. One is configuration and one is customization. What is configuration? Configuration is nothing but now let's say if you want to add some security roles to the existing system, or if you want to add some users to the system, or if you want to change some properties to the existing system, then this everything comes under configuration part. And what is the customization? Now let's say you have some database already with the sales applications and all. Now your client would require to customize your application. I mean to say they need some more extra functionality which was not provided by Microsoft. Then as a developer, you need to create new tables and you may need to write some extra code where to customize the system. Or if they want to go with the new business process flows, the system has provided some fixed business process. But your client would like to bypass that business process or they want to add extra step to the existing business process. For that, the system should allow you to customize the system. That's also possible in Dynamics 365 CE. That means you can happily go and plug and play. Otherwise, it will also allow you to customize. So these activities are performed in this Dynamics 365 CE by CE consultants. And in the same way, for the F&O side, here we have some of the core business applications are finance, supply chain management, warehouse management, and project operations. Previously, like 2 years back, project operations in the CE side. Now they have moved this project operation to the finance and operations side. I mean to say, this project operations is available in the CE side. So that means CE consultant should handle this one. But nowadays, like 2 years back, they have moved this project operations to the F&O side. Now, what all this in the sense? So why this is different? The first question for the students may come, why can't I learn both the things? Yeah, you can learn, but it is not going to use you in any way. I mean to say, as I said, from last 12 years, I'm working in Dynamics CRM. Till now, I couldn't know ABC of these applications, but still I'm sustaining in the market. That means, so in the job perspective, I mean to say, in the job perspective, if you are looking for a job, if you are going to put your resume in Naukri or job portal sites and all, so the roles will be in this way. Dynamics 365 CE. CE is nothing but customer engagement. I'm using the shortcut here. CE functional consultant and Dynamics 365 CE technical consultant. So these are the two roles for the CE side. And in the same way, for the F&O, Dynamics 365 F&O functional consultant and Dynamics 365 F&O technical consultant. So these are the four job roles which you could frequently see if you are searching the job portals and all. These are the four different types of jobs which you are going to see in the job portals. So now, as a functional consultant, you should be aware of all the out-of-the-box functionalities. What is out-of-the-box functionality? Whatever the options provided by the Dynamics here. I mean to say, once I purchase the license and all, so what we have in this marketing, sales, service, and field service? What is the out of the box? What is the functionality provided by the system? That everything you need to understand. So that comes under out of the box functionality, right? And with this out of the box configuration, if the customer wants to have some configuration, now let's say I want to create some users, I want to provide some security roles, I want to create some business units. Of course, this all which we are going to discuss in the coming classes. But for now, just to make you understand what is configuration. So the configurations part should be aware by this functional consultant. And and customizations, like there is some limitation for the customizations. I mean to say, to create a table or to create a business process flow or to create out of the box process, like we have a workflows or power automate flows, right? And we have different customizations, like creating a table or creating a business rules and all. So this everything should be aware by this functional consultant rule. This is the things which you should be aware if you want, if they want to go with functional consultant. Now, if you want to go with the technical consultant, so all this should be known. Along with this, you need to aware C# code and JavaScript. So you should learn C# code and JavaScript as well for the technical consultant role. So if you are looking for the technical consultant role, along with this thing, you should also aware C# code and JavaScript. This is the thing which you need to understand. And coming to the finance and operations side, the same here. Here also the same, like out of the box functionality and all. And here, along with the out of the box for the technical consultant for the F&O, I'm not going in depth with the F&O side. Why? Because I'm not related to the F&O, right? For this out of the box plus, there is like code X plus plus. X plus plus is the code, as you know, C language and all, right? In the same way, X plus plus is like Microsoft the code, and C# is also like Microsoft code, where you can use this code for the technical consultant. So now if you want to choose the roles and all, like if you want to go with the jobs, now some of the students who comes to me like asking that I'm not good at coding, and I don't want to take that much pressure. I can't. I'm not comfort with the code and all. So for that, for those people, I will suggest to go with the Dynamic 365 CE functional consultant. But you should have some patience here. Now let's say there is 10 positions in the market. So let me clear with this part. Why? Because after learning, you should not be in a panic situation. Now let's say there is 10 positions in the market. 6:4 ratio that would be. That means 6 will be the technical positions and 4 would be the functional consultant. So I mean to say, once you put the resume in the on the portals, maybe technical consultant may immediately receives the call, but the functional consultant may take late some time. Why? Because the positions is also something less while compared to the technical functional compared to the technical. So and here which you need to understand, what is the growth here. Now let's say if I go with the functional consultant, so what would be my job role? If you are like functional consultant, your job is to, now let's say the functional lead will interact with the client, and what is the requirement. And as a functional consultant, you should aware of all the out of the box functionality. If the client gives you some scenario, as a functional consultant, you should be able to judge whether we are going to perform this action in Dynamics CRM or not, whether it is supported or not. If it is not supported, if it is supported, whether we can do it with the out-of-the-box functionality or we need to customize it. We need to implement some extra code. This is the first place where your functional consultant lead will decide, and based upon the customer requirement and all, they will create some documents. I mean to say, some user stories based upon the requirement. They will create some user stories. This total like functional team's job. This everything comes under. They will create some documents and they will create some prototypes, like adding the forms and all, creating the forms, and what is the fields needs to be available in the forms, and what are the fields should be available in the table. That's everything taken care by the functional consultant. So this is the job for the functional consultant. And coming to the growth, from the lead up to the architect level, you can grow your career. So the architect is the first person who are going to decide how your system is going to be. So this everything will be finalized by your architect or discussing with the clients and your leads and all. This is the job of functional consultant. And coming to the technical consultant, here once we have the interaction with the client, they said some of the requirement where which you can't perform with the out of the box functionality. Now your functional team or architect team will has created some document. For this, we need to write some plugins. We need to write some code. The plugins is nothing but there has some custom logic which is developed by using C# code, right? This particular code and plugins are everything will be created by the technical consultant. This plugins is developed in the C# code. It is like Visual Studio. If you are aware of it, if you are aware of .NET, where the .NET created in the Visual Studio, the platform is Visual Studio. It is like one of the .NET framework. where you can return this code on. In the same way, that is again Microsoft one, Visual Studio, where you can install in your system and you can practice the code on. So if you are good with the C sharp code, and again, if you want to learn the C sharp code, that's you can go with the technical. If you want to learn the C sharp code, I mean to say in this particular course period, it is going to be like 40 to 45 days, daily 1 hour the thing. In this course, I'm not going to cover the C sharp code as C sharp code. That is not C sharp code will take minimum 60 days to 90 days. So it is like separate thing where in the we are not going to deal this C sharp code. So if you want to go with the technical consultant, still you should go with all the these 45 classes. It is like mandatory for both the functional and technical. Along with it, you need to learn the C sharp code. And coming to the JavaScript, here I'm just going to give you an introduction like JavaScript, like couple of JavaScripts I'm going to take an example. Why? Because even functional consultant should, at certain point, even functional consultant should understand what is JavaScript and how to debug the JavaScript. I mean to say, if you are working as a functional consultant with one of the client, so while in the regular activity they have seen some script errors, some errors there. As a functional consultant, you would be the first person who you need to troubleshoot or investigate that type of issues. And after investigation, you need to move that particular user story, that ticket to the technical consultant to fix the issue there. So even though you are a functional consultant, you should have some basic knowledge on the JavaScript, which I'm going to cover in the class. Coming to the JavaScript. And afterwards, I'm going to share you with my experience that I have collected 60 JavaScripts there, where you can make some changes to that JavaScript and you can use that in your projects. So after that, you can go through that JavaScript file and you can prepare or you can practice with this JavaScript. For this JavaScript, I can make that arrangements, but coming to the C sharp code, that you need to look alternative thing. So this is like for the CE functional consultant and technical consultant. And as I said, the course is going to be like 40 to 45 days, daily 1 hour, right? And everything as we recorded today, in the same way, the recording will be there. Once the class is done, my admin team will post this recording. I will upload this recording in Yaksha IT Solutions YouTube channel. In the YouTube channel, there will be some WhatsApp group, as you already there in the WhatsApp group. In the same WhatsApp group, they are going to post this particular video link, YouTube link in the WhatsApp group. So you can also go through the video once again. And if you come across any questions there, you can post in the same WhatsApp group. I will be also available in the WhatsApp group. You can post the questions there. So with proper information, I mean to say like with the screenshots or with the actual information, not like hi and hello. Just why? Because in order not to disturb the other guys as well. So just with the complete information, what's exactly your issue with the screenshots and all. So within couple of hours at least, why? Because if I am occupied with my other calls, my office calls and all, within at least 2 to 3 hours, I'm going to respond to your queries if you have any queries in the same WhatsApp group. Sorry. And after the completion of this course, maybe the last class, I'm going to give you a project. I have prepared a project document where I'm going to provide you this project to you so that you can practice this project. So in meanwhile, in the class, I mean to say, while we are discussing the topics, each and every topic which we are going to create it as a project. It's like mini project. I mean to say, now let's say if I want to explain you about the tables, or if I want to explain you about some business process, if I want to explain you about the Power Automate flows. So here, instead of doing it on air, so I will create a application. So that means by end of the course, you are able to complete one application where in this application, you are going to implement all the out of the box functionalities, all the configurations and all in your system, in your application. So on your hands, whatever the application which I'm doing while in the class with the explanation, the same you need to practice in your thing. That's is going to your task. So the task is nothing but here, whatever I am doing here, I mean to say whatever the practical things I am doing, that's the same thing you do your lab on your own systems. So once this is done, end of these 40 days, you are able to see one application which we created. Of course, in the class I am doing it, maybe you are seeing the YouTube and you are just copying and paste. But it will build some experience. It will make you understand how to navigate the system. But later, after the class, like after 40 days, I'm going to provide you the project that you need to do on your own. So that this will create confidence for you as you have completed two mini projects, one in the class time and another one after the class. This, if you spare at least 4 hours per day, it will going to complete within 6 to 7 days. It is like minimum project which will touch all the touch points, all the core concepts of dynamic CRM. so that once you are placed in any company, there will be no panic. You no need to search for the navigations and all. It would be like embarrassing situations in your team as well, right? If you are searching for something like that. So it will build your confidence as you have completed too many projects. And I'm going to share you the interview questions document, which I already prepared. It's almost like 110 pages, I guess. It's where when I am in my interview panel, which I collected, my colleagues are in the panel, that we made some document there. I will share the document after 40 days. You can also go through that interview questions document. Along with this project hands-on experience, you can able to crack the interviews. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah. And coming to this practice and all, which I said, you can practice, right? For that, where you need to practice. For that, we can create some trial account here. That is, the Microsoft has provided chance to create a trial instance. This trial instance will be available for 29 days. So after 29 days, you can also extend it for 20 days. That means almost 49 days, the trial instance will be used. That means within this course, one trial instance is more than enough. If you want to do the other project, you can use your another mobile number, another mail ID, and you can create another trial instance. This is how you need to practice. No need to go for the purchase. It is like almost 8,000 per month. Don't go with this licensing and all. It is unnecessarily actually. It is not necessary actually. You can use the trial instance where you can give your phone number or the email and you can create a trial. So in the coming classes, maybe third class or the fourth class, which we are going to see how to create these accounts and all. I will explain you how to create so that you can also create your own trial accounts. There is some challenges as well to create a trial account, but I have an alternate solution for it. I will make sure you that everyone is going to access the trial instance. That's all for today from my end. Please let me know if you have any questions on today's demo.
Hi, sir. My name is Iram.
Hi.
Can you tell us about yourself, like what type of job role
Yeah,
you're
sorry.
doing?
Sorry, actually, I missed that part. So
Yeah.
myself is like Suresh, and I am working in the IT industry from last 15 years. I started my career with the .NET developer actually. From there, I shifted to the Dynamics. That is at the time it is like Microsoft CRM. And currently, I'm in one of the MNC which I can't reveal there. And as a manager role, I'm working there. And coming to this application side, I have worked in the different sectors like oil and industry, whatever I have noted down here. So I have covered all the platforms which I have the chance to work on the different platforms and all. And yeah, that's it.
Sir, another question is what type of packages will be there for we are all freshers, right?
Mhm.
Uh, if we are experienced or we have done any or one or two projects in the CRM, CE,
Mhm.
so how much packages can we expect in that?
Yeah, that's one to one actually. Here, I mean to say, freshers in the sense maybe direct from the college, or now let's say you have like 3 years or 4 years experience in IT industry, and you are switching between the different platforms. It's like different package, but overall, which I can explain, for 2 years it will be like 6 to 7 lakhs. For 3 years, it is like 10 lakhs, and if you have like 4 years plus, we can manage 12 to 15 lakhs. That means we have like huge demand in the market. I mean to say in the package perspective. Like if it is 4 plus, I can assure you like more than 12 plus. If it is 2 years, 6 to 7.
Okay, like if we are in the IT sector, but we have recently shifted to this Dynamics project, so we
Mhm.
can get a package around 10 to 12, like that you are
Yes,
talking.
yes. You can use the existing. You can use the previous experience.
Mhm.
Total experience. You can explain it. Total experience, how you are going to explain to your HR, that we will guide you. We have some different. I mean to say counseling team in the institute. Our counseling team will guide you like what type of package you can based upon your individual. It is like individual profile, like when the pass out and what is the previous experience and all. My counseling team will make you understand like how to put your resume and how to what's the package you need to give. That will decide by my counseling team. You can check with the counseling team. There will be a Mahesh is the person who is the right person who can decide that one. He can suggest you or help you to make you understand what type of package you can go for.
And sorry, sir, last one
Yeah,
question.
it's okay.
Like,
Go on.
if we how many projects are to be done for getting the job placement? Like, if we are entering for the marketing, like market CE, like how many projects to be done for getting a placement?
That depends upon actually your experience, right? Now, I mean to say, I'm not sure. Like, I don't want to ask your profile in the group call, but let's see if you are like placing 2 years of experience in CRM, at least 3 projects should be there. And coming to these 3 projects, I'm going to share you the projects after the class as well, after the sessions and all. I'm going to share you the project document, and I mean to say what type of projects you need to put in your resume, and we are going to explain you like how you are going how you need to I mean to say how you need to explain to your interviewer and all. I'm going to provide you the full explanation on the project. So whatever the project we are doing in the class, I mean to say in the 40 days we are going to do one application. After that there will be one more applications, right? So you can add these points. You can explain with these points whatever the project I have provided to you. Now let's say I have provided one of the project SLMS, the health management system. So in the health management system, you can explain, okay, I have created this business process flows. I have created these business flows. In each and every project, you can have like there is 10 points, 2 points for one project, 2 points for one project. That means of course, in any company, one person is not going to perform all the project, right? So what your role in the sense, I have worked on the business process flows. I have worked in the role of business process flows. I have created multiple business process flows in this project. And coming to the other project, I have done some configurations here in this project. In that way, I will prepare you to explain about the projects and all after the class.
Okay, okay. Like team projects are also okay with that job
Yeah,
placement.
we will help you. Not this project. This is just for your making you to learn the knowledge, learn you the concepts. But this is not going to help you to put in the resumes. To put in the
Mhm.
resumes, I'm going to share you the other projects once the class is done, sessions is done.
Okay,
While you
okay.
are
Thank you.
preparing the resumes and all, we will from the institute side we will prepare you the resume for you as well. I mean to say we will guide you. We will provide you the resume and with the projects and all, so that you can, if you have any questions on the projects, you can come to the institute and we can discuss there. Right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Pawan. Hello, sir.
Yes, Pawan.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఇష్యూ ఉంటే ఎలా సార్ డౌట్స్ ఇష్యూ ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా గ్రూప్ మాకు ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్
డౌట్
అయిన తర్వాత
అంటున్నారా?
ఏదైనా డౌట్లు వస్తే ఎలా క్లారిఫై
యా,
చేసుకోవచ్చు?
ఇప్పుడు మీకు డౌట్లు వచ్చినప్పుడు మనకు వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ ఉంది పవన్.
ఓకే
వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో యూ కెన్ అందులో మీరు పోస్ట్ చేయండి ఇమేజెస్ కానీ ఏదైనా. మీకు డౌట్ ఏదంటే జస్ట్ మనకి హాయ్ హలో కాకుండా, అంటే ప్రాపర్ గా అందరికి అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు ఒక ఇమేజెస్ కానీ ఏం ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది, లేకపోతే మీకు డౌట్ వస్తే క్లియర్ గా పెట్టారనుకోండి, విత్ ఇన్ 2 to 3 hours నేను రెస్పాండ్ అవుతాను. మీకు అది కూడా అర్థం కాదంటే యూ కెన్ కీప్ ఆన్ ఆస్కింగ్ ద క్వశ్చన్, ఆర్ యూ కెన్ సపరేట్లీ పింగ్ మీ. అక్కడ మీకు ఏమైనా ఎంబ్రాజింగ్ గా ఉంది, ఇన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగలేకపోతున్నాను అంటే యూ కెన్ సపరేట్లీ పింగ్ మీ. సో అక్కడ నేను రోజు మీకు ఈ నోట్స్ ఏదైతే మీకు రాశానో ఈ నోట్స్ నేను పోస్ట్ చేస్తుంటాను గ్రూప్ లో. సో దట్ యూ కెన్ గెట్ మై నెంబర్ దేర్. యూ కెన్ సపరేట్లీ పింగ్ మీ ఇన్ ద గ్రూప్. గ్రూప్ కాకుండా సపరేట్ కూడా పింగ్ చేసి యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ సపరేట్లీ అది ఇన్ ద గ్రూప్. అప్పుడు కూడా మీకు క్లారిఫై అవ్వకపోతే నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్ ఏదైతే మరుసటి రోజు స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందో ఫస్ట్ 5 minutes యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ద క్వశ్చన్స్.
ఓకే ఓకే అదే ఏ రోజు ఆ రోజు కంప్లీట్ చేసుకుంటే
Yes,
బాగుంటుంది.
correct. Yeah.
ఓకే సార్.
Hi, I'm Vijay. Uh,
Hi, Vijay.
in JavaScript, there is a repeated script, or it's there is
So
a
it is like,
repeated switch.
yeah, it is like how to, I mean to say, now let's say if you want to capture the one of the field value, or if you want to set the field value, or if you want to clear the field value, there will be some of the repeated things. Of course, by end, there may be some certain point where you need to add the new code as well, but there will be a lot of things which is repeated. So with the repeated things, I have collected like 60 JavaScripts, which will help you to make you at least 70% progress in your JavaScript preparation. So later,
Okay.
such R&D you need to do, as you know.
Hmm.
That will build you the confidence. I mean to say that 60 JavaScripts will build you the confidence, like how to create the JavaScript and how to debug or understand the JavaScript, so that from there you can do your research and development and you can explore more on the JavaScript. That's more than sufficient to explore the complex scenarios.
Okay. For non-IT person, so C Sharp and JavaScript is difficult to
For
learn,
the
or
non-IT person, I won't suggest the technical. You can happily go with the functional consultants, and but you need to make some hard work. I mean to say, for the non-IT, definitely they need to practice more the applications or whatever. Why? Because there is something which we are going to discuss how the database would be, how the relationships between the tables and all. This is something technical thing where you need
Okay.
where the non-IT person should able to capture should practice on these areas, especially like how we are going to create these tables in the database, how we are maintaining the relationships. This something
Okay.
complex for them. Complex for them. There, that is the place where they need to work hard. I mean to say they need to practice this.
Mm.
In if
Okay.
any question in that area, I can happy to help.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Suresh.
Hi.
You can tell the D365 CE.
Yes, I'm going to cover Dynamics 365 CE, that is customer engagement here. If anyone is looking for finance and operation, this is not the right place. But in the Yaksha IT solution, we have the F&O as well. There's a separate faculty. You can ping in the institute number which you have, I guess, where they scheduled the person who scheduled this car. They have posted the Zoom link, right? That's the admin team number. You can check with them for the F&O. But here, this particular course is only for the Dynamics 365 CE, that is customer engagement. And just to give you a clarification on it, maybe I missed that point. Now let's say the same BMW, the thing which we discussed as an example. Now the BMW should use both the things here. That means CE and F&O. Why in the sense, you know, if I want to do some marketing, a BMW would have, need to generate some leads. They go for marketing, sales, service, and all, as you know. And if I want to maintain for every company, they have some warehouse management. Now let's take a simple example. If you visit any Reliance store, you now let's say you selected one of the washing machine. They will say that the washing machine is available in our warehouse. Our warehouse team will deliver the product to your house. That means they will maintain some warehouses where this product actually available. And the supply chain management, the same, the project operation, the finance. Here in the sales team, in the CE side sales, we are just generating an invoice. So what's happening in the invoice, like how the system is configured in the backend? I mean to say in the finance aspect. That's everything done in this finance and operations. So if you are into this finance, if anyone wants to go with this finance and operations, again the same scenario here. There is two things, as I said, functional and technical. And the technical, they need to learn the X++. If it is only function consultant out of the box, in this out of the box, these are the core applications which they need to learn. And to answer your question, here I am handling the Dynamics 365 CE, this part.
You can cover the all modules.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is like core, and this which is mandatory for us to as a customer engagement consultant.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I guess for now, I think you people are clear, at least like the terminology, like what is Dynamics 365. In the Dynamics 365, we have two things like CE and F&O. At least if you still have any confusion, just talk with your friend or colleague who suggested this one. And if you have any questions, you can also ping me in the group or a separate thing. That's absolutely fine for me. Yeah, if any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up the session.
Hi, sir. My name is Prasanna.
Hi, Prasanna.
Hello. Yeah. Is it code is required?
If you
Hello.
yeah, that's
Coding
not
is required or it is completely admin side?
it's not like admin side. If you go with this functional consultant role, the coding is not required. Whatever the applications which we are doing, that is totally out of the box functionality. But if you want to go with the technical consultant, you need to go for the C# code. So you may ask, like, if I don't want to learn the C# code or JavaScript, whether I'm able to get the job or not. Yes, you can get, but within this role, Dynamics 365 CE functional consultant, you can get the job. But the positions which I explained, there will be, you need to like, compared to the technical, there will be less chance for the functional consultant, as you know. Why? Because if any project, if you have the 10 people in the project, 6 will be the developers and 4 will be the functional or the other guys. So that's the thing which you need to understand. I mean to say, to answer your question, without code, yes, you can complete the course. Without course, you are able to get the job.
Okay. What is the package for that for functional consultant?
Yeah, which just I already answered that question, like based upon whether you are going for the 2+ or 4+ or 6+. If it is 2+, it is almost 6 lakhs you can go with. If it is 4+, like 10 and in that way. If it is 6 plus, 12 plus, I mean to say 6 plus of experience, you can go with the 12 lakhs plus package.
Okay.
So
Thank
my
you, sir.
suggestion here is I could I want to don't take otherwise. Coming to the package and all, we have like good future in the future. I mean, we have the good future with the Dynamics 365. So try to learn the concepts first, and in the first year, don't expect for more packages. I mean to say, if you are having that knowledge, in the 1 year itself, you can make a jump, and you can expect the packages more. So first, try to understand. Like first, try to understand full-fledged knowledge, full flow of what is Dynamic 365 CE. Why? Because doing some mini projects in the institutes and directly placing in the companies will totally different. So it's the R&D or the some pain time is the first year when you are going to the new platform. It is the first year is like your pain time. So in that pain time, you need to learn more. Then from second year, you can expect for the packages. That's not only for CRM, any platform, which I feel the same. That's of course that's individual thing. That's you can go with it. But if you are going with the 4 plus, you can get more packages, 6 plus more packages. That's how much experience you are keeping. That depends your package. Coming to the CRM, we have the top in the market. I mean to say for the CRM consultant, there is more value, more packages in the market that I can assure.
Yeah. Hi, sir. This is Shashank. So I
I should-
joined a bit late. So I just want to know in this course session of courses, are we gonna focus only on functional consultant or it's a combination of both functional and technical?
It's a combination of both functional and technical. But the thing is, as I said, total out of the box functionalities, configurations, customizations, and Power Automate first. This should be covered for both the CE and FN. But the C# and JavaScript, this is mandatory for the technical consultant, which I'm not going to cover.
Okay. So you're gonna
JavaScript, the basic level, I'm going to cover the JavaScript as functional consultant also required in certain point. So the basics of JavaScript I can help you. But C# code, I'm not going to touch. But I'm going to explain what is plugins. Once the plugin is developed, how this plugin is going to be registered in the Dynamics 365, that I'm going to explain. Why? Because that's functional consultant is required. I mean to say my agenda here, whatever the functional consultant is required, that's everything 100% I'm going to cover here. Coming to the technical consultant role, C# code is the only thing which I'm ignoring. I mean to say which we are not going to cover in this particular package. And remaining everything will be covered for the functional consultant role.
So here you have mentioned like 6:4. So for by considering that, are we saying like we have a less opportunities on Dynamic 365 functional side?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Why? Because if you take any team, the developers will be more, but the technical consultant will be more. So if you are good with the coding and all, so just go with this particular course and also go with the C# code. Then you will get good opportunities. But if you, some of the students or some of the engineers may feel I am not good with the coding, so I can go with the functional side. Then they can choose with the functional consultant.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, sir. Other than the course, is there any certifications we need to do for getting the placements?
Certifications will definitely enhance or build more focus on your resume. For that,
Yeah.
there is some PL 900, MB 250, some of the course which got recently updated. I will tell you like what is the certifications as well. And the certification, there is the official Microsoft website we have. There you need to register book the appointment. I mean to say book the slot and all. There you need to write the certifications there. One certification costs almost 3,800 or 4,500 it seems. For the company side, I mean to say, just take example of me. We also definitely need to complete at least 2 certifications per year for any course. It's there for the MNCs, right? So we need to complete. That's from the outside as well. You can book a slot in the Microsoft official website, and you can also complete the certification. It costs around 4,000. It will definitely give some focus to your resume.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
And you can also check with the certification part with the team. Once completion of the course, they will help you regarding the certifications if you would like to have. Yeah, so if no questions, we can wind up. Actually, I have my client meeting there. So sorry. If you have any questions, please ping in the WhatsApp group, same WhatsApp group. I'm going to answer you the questions there. Actually, I need to connect to the client meet. So that's the reason I want to wind up the session. Please feel free to ping in the WhatsApp group if you have any questions here. Thank you all. And I'm going to share these notes in the WhatsApp group. Please go through these notes as well for your reference.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.